Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're journeying to Southern Africa to explore the incredible story of a nation defined by its vast landscapes, powerful rivers, and a history of resilience. This is the story of Angola. Long before European ships ever reached its shores, the land we now call Angola was home to powerful African kingdoms. One of the most significant was the Kingdom of Kongo, which rose to prominence in the 14th century, controlling large parts of northern Angola and Central Africa. Another major power was the Kingdom of Ndongo, and it was here that one of history's most formidable leaders emerged. Queen Nzinga of Ndongo fiercely resisted Portuguese expansion in the 1600s. Her brilliant military tactics and diplomatic skills made her a symbol of strength and anti-colonial resistance that inspires Angolans to this day. The course of Angolan history changed forever in 1482 when Portuguese explorers landed on the coast. What began with trading posts soon spiraled into one of the darkest chapters in human history. Angola became a major hub for the Atlantic slave trade. For centuries, millions of Angolans were captured and forcibly transported across the ocean, mainly to Brazil. This horrific trade left deep, lasting scars on the nation's social fabric. Portugal eventually established Angola as a formal colony, kicking off a period of rule that would last for nearly 500 years. Under Portuguese colonial rule, life was incredibly harsh for the indigenous population. Slow. People were forced into labor to extract Angola's rich resources like rubber, coffee, and minerals, all for the benefit of the colonizers. The African population was stripped of basic rights and opportunities. While many African nations gained independence in the mid-20th century, Portugal held on tightly to its colonies, including Angola, but the winds of change were blowing. In 1961, the fight for freedom ignited. Several armed resistance movements began a long and brutal war for independence against Portugal. The three main groups leading the charge were the MPLA, the FNLE, and UNITA. After more than a decade of conflict, a revolution back in Portugal in 1974 finally opened the door to freedom. On November 11, 1975, Angola declared its independence. Tragically, the celebration was short-lived. Independence didn't bring peace. Instead, the country plunged almost immediately into a devastating civil war. The rival independence movements, primarily the MPLA and UNITA, turned on each other. This conflict quickly became a proxy battleground for the Cold War, with the Soviet Union and Cuba backing the MPLA, and the United States and South Africa supporting UNITA. The war raged for 27 long years, causing immense destruction, economic collapse, and a staggering loss of life. It wasn't until 2002 that the guns finally fell silent and peace was achieved. Since 2002, Angola has been on a long and challenging path of rebuilding. Rich in natural resources, especially oil and diamonds, it has become one of Africa's largest oil producers. Its capital city, Luanda, has undergone a massive transformation, with modern skyscrapers rising from the ashes of war. However, the nation still grapples with significant challenges, including widespread poverty and economic inequality, the lingering legacies of its turbulent past, from the powerful kingdoms of Kongo and Ndongo, and the fierce resistance of Queen Nzinga, through centuries of colonial exploitation, a hard-won independence, and a devastating civil war. Angola's history is a powerful testament to endurance and determination. Today, Angola continues to heal, rebuild, and forge its own path forward. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next dive into world history. See you next time.